Hi everyone, right, I just want to share with you these flowers that I've just made. I bought a dress, like a shabby chic dress, and the underskirt was made from this, which is like a silky satin material. And I didn't want to waste that, so I thought, well, that'll make some really good flowers. So all I did is I cut out several, as you can see, there's lots of petals on them. I think that each one's got about 15-20 petals. And then I just used some of the stamen to go in the middle. And so we've ended up with those flowers. Now I haven't done anything with the backs of them at the moment, just cut them off ready. But they, you know, they will go into a project, so I'm just leaving them as they are. I just wanted to share those with you. Now the material, this was off the sleeves, and I didn't want to waste these, so what I'm going to do, I'll just share that with you, is again I'm going to just get rid of the stiffener, fabric stiffener, because that's what I'm after. Just take that out. That was what was left from yesterday. And then what I'm going to do is pop some more fabric stiffener in there. And this is something you can do with lots of material once you've got your fabric stiffener. So we'll just pop that on. Move that out of the way. Again, just going to move some things out of the way. Oops, daisy. Oh, I'm dropping everything. Just taking a paintbrush. And then what you do is you pop the fabric stiffener onto your fabric and make sure you cover all the area that you're going to cut out. It won't do this any harm whatsoever, and it'll dry clear. So I'm just going to do, you know, 3 or 4 of these. Sorry, I hope you can see this. So flatten it as much as you can. And thank you to everybody that's sent me messages and hope I feel better. I feel a little bit better, but my hip is so sore. Feels very sore. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's just inflamed, probably. I don't know how, but I'll get there. So I just wanted to say thank you for all your emails and messages. Right, I'm just making sure I've done as many as I can. Just remove these little flowers. And they are beautiful, aren't they? Very shabby, very vintage. Okay, I think I can do another 1 or 2. Like that. Oops, a daisy. It's just to stiffen the fabric, and then when it's stiffer or stiffened, what you can do then is to use it. Let me just move this over there. That's it. Get one more out, I think. There's a nice one. You know, I can use them to cut out and put on various projects. So when you're cutting your material up, if you find a dress or a top or something like that, and there's a bit in the sleeve that you don't want to waste, cut it out and do it like this, and you know, it works perfectly. So I'm just going to soak my brush and leave that to dry, and there you go. That won't take long, and I'll come back and show you what we're going to do with that. So that's just a little hint and that's just a little hint and tidbits of what you can do with your oddments and remnants. And the thing was, from the dress, I managed to get 2 very large strips from the belt and the skirt, and it's quite long. So it's beautiful, you know, vintage material, vintage style, and I'm going to love working with that. That's it for now. Yeah, I hope you watched the video I've just done on the Tresor Deluxe earrings. They came out absolutely fantastic, and I'll just show you again what they turned out like. There's the Tresor Deluxe earrings. I mean, you could wear them anywhere. They're dangling earrings. They might be large, but they're beautiful, and I've seen bigger earrings than that. And the other thing that I did, oops-a-daisy, were these, the butterfly ones as well, just using appliques. What I was showing before was I used some of the fabric stiffener on the material, and then it's obviously done its job. It's nice and firm, and I can decoupage that onto something now. So what I've done with it, I've actually cut out, and don't forget, this is a fabric. I'll show you the fabric again. It's from this fabric, but it was from the little bits that's no good, like the sleeve and that it was just the odd flower that I could get out in full. So what I've done is I've decoupaged it. I've used the fabric stiffener, which is this one, Aliens, that I've got. And then once it's dried, started to cut them out, and I just use these tiny scissors to do that with the really sharp point, getting to nooks and crannies. And there you go. So now I can, instead of wasting these, I can now decoupage those onto something. And I've got 3 more to cut out, which I'm going to be doing, and then I'll put them in a bag, and when I'm ready to use them, I'll have them ready. I wanted to show you this. Do you remember the lace that came from Maria, and that's in Dubai? Well, I did make a flower. This was from wait a minute everybody, I don't want to cock this up. This is from Belinda. Let me just make sure I get this right. Sorry, I'm useless at names. Can't remember them. Simple as. Nostalgic Crafts. So from Nostalgic Crafts, she's got these, or she had them because I bought some and she sent me them. This little flower was from, I buy them on eBay, so they're just motifs or whatever you want to call them. This is a doily off a mat that I've got that I've been taking apart, and this is the lace from Maria, which makes great flowers, and it's tulle and ribbon. So I've just decided to see what flower I can put together, and I put that one together. It's very basic, very simple, and just using up what I've got. So that's that one. What else was there? This is the tablecloth that I've been taking apart. Now, I have shown you how to do these. There is a tutorial on how to dismantle doilies. So if you're not quite sure, I know it's a shame to cut it, but I have. If you're not quite sure how to do it, then I do have a tutorial on showing you how to do them. And they're very simple, very. Doing it with the wrong scissors, of course. And each pattern has a link, and it's the link you cut. It doesn't fray them, won't alter them, won't harm them whatsoever. It's just a link that holds the pieces together. So if you just snip that carefully, of course, then you get a perfect little doily out of it. And with the rim, I never waste, I mean, I don't waste those either. See those little half ones? Because those little half ones can poke out somewhere, so you just snip them off, and if you want a little piece hang, you know, sticking out somewhere, you just slot that in. I don't waste them. But for this one, I'm going to use a bigger scissors. Saving the, just cut that off, and I start with this rim here. And I'll just cut straight across there, and I end up with a nice trim for edging something. So that's that, see? And that can now be used somewhere else. You mean that the corner ones can always be cut out and used like sticking out from a flower or something. So I never waste them, any of them. Now what I wanted to share with you was something else. So I need to get some paper, and I need my cutting machine, which has just gone and slipped under the table. So I'm just about to get that. There we go. Just going to get a piece of paper, and I've got this roll. Remember the shabby chic roll? The roll, the wall. Sorry, oh, I'm really sorry about that. The shabby chic wallpaper. Well, I've just got that. So what I'm going to do is just cut a strip, just cut a piece off, and just pop that to one side. And I'm just going to cut this into bits. Not into bits, into strips. So if we just line that up. Let me choose the piece I'm going to work with, which of course I want the roses. That, you see. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to cut this into a square. Turn it over. That's more or less a square. I don't want a square, but I'm just saying. Right. And then what I'm going to do, swing this round. Just going to straighten this bit off. And take that bit off. And I'm going to cut this into, I'm going to do a bigger one, I think. Just cut it into strips. And they can be any size. If you obviously want, I'm making a bead, but if you want the same size beads, then you obviously have to measure them. But as I'm just doing random beads, I'm just showing you. Like that. And then what you're going to do is, I have to put this and cut this on an angle. So I want the point into the groove there, and into the same groove on this end as well. And that's given me that shape. Perfect. Do that again. We just make sure that on the groove here, this point and this point line up. There we go. And we just cut them like that. So it doesn't matter what size they are, unless you're after a specific size bead. Oh, sorry. I'm in so much pain, it's unbelievable. That fiery jack, whatever it's called, is not doing that well. But I'm going to keep using it. It eases it for a little while. And for anybody who doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about, I've got a painful hip at the moment. I don't recall banging it. I don't recall anything. It just started hurting last week. Probably because I'm getting old. Right, so there we go. So what we do then with these, we need to start rolling them. And I'm just going to choose one of my, what I do my spirals with. And just fold it like that. And then you just roll it and keep rolling it. Try and centerising it as you're rolling. Right, and then you've got the last bit there. Now I'm going to use my glue gun, but I would advise you to use like a white glue, or you know, any glue that will that'll do. Not fussed about that. And I've made a bead. I can just snip off that little bit there. Now what you can do is paint them. So I can, you know, put them onto something, paint them, glaze them, whatever you want to do, but that's how you make your bead. And I'll just show you that again. You don't need to glue them onto anything, you just need to make sure you've got a good tight fold like that. And then you try and centerise that fold as you're doing it. Okay, and like I say, I would use a white, a normal glue. I'm only using this because it's easier and quicker for me, that's all. But you can paint them and do whatever you like with them once you've got them going. And that's how you make your beads. They're so easy, so simple, and so quick to make. Like I said, if you glaze them, you know, use something on them that, like Decapatch glue or PVA glue, whatever you want to do with them. Just try and centerise them all the time. And then they look more even. I'm only using that glue for quickness. Like that. And there you go, you can make your beads and then you can use them for whatever you want to use them for. So that's just a quick tutorial to show you how to use them. If you're going to decapatch them with some glue, then you need to do, I mean, you can colour these in and then you can do them, and you need to do them with at least 2 coats to make them very firm, and they'll just stay like that. But that's how you do it. So I'm going to sit and make those, and well, I won't be able to sit for long because I'm going to have to go sit down, to be honest. Lay down. I did try going out and walking today, but we had to come back. I was in so much pain, but there you go. That's how it is, and that's how it'll be. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Please have a go. Just roll them. Toothpick, whatever you've got round. And there's the hole big enough for you to thread them. And make your own, you know, you can make that into an earring or whatever you want to do with it. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.